my request is that, the government should not make these jerky moves, right? My request is that, the government should not make these jerky moves, right? There was a time when ICE, the duty was 100% increased in 83% or something increased next morning. So what happens is you're catching your own people who are running a business absolutely off guard, and that whole business sense goes for a 6. I have a lot of friends who are doing EV now.
Yeah, same.
They are facing the same thing.
What do you think is going to happen in the budget this year?
Well, again, there's a lot of humor mongering, so I don't know. Let's wait till tomorrow. It's happening tomorrow. So we'll wait for that. But whatever said and done, like even one thing, like, the financing structure changing has made a huge lot of impact, right? Because when somebody has to make only 20 rupees available out of 100, now suddenly has to make a 40-60 ratio, it's hard, right? It's going to be very destabilizing. So everything is good. All of them are very good. It's your choice. It should have been a choice. But we create situations where it's no longer about choice, it's driving it, right? If you have done that, don't do a jerky move and then put the guys who have brought in like hundreds and hundreds of vehicles are going to be in a fix now. Whose money? It's your own people's money, right? Why do things like this? So we need a consistency in policy. We need a plan. We need a plan where, the planner knows what I want to do because the policy is saying this to me. But I plan.
And then the policy changes.
And the next day, the policy changes.
I shouldn't be laughing about it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing about it, but that's how it is.
Yes.
That's how it is. And we'll find out.
So that's the sadness, I feel.
I don't know when this is going to get released, most probably tomorrow or day after tomorrow. By this time, the budget's going to be already there. And then we'll find out what the amount of percentage that it has been raised with. Let's be honest, it's definitely going to, most probably it's going to rise. And then we'll find out what's going to happen with that. At Toyota, for instance, Toyota is testing with hydrogen. I know that. Toyota definitely has hybrid cars. I've driven a hybrid car that Toyota has in Nepal and abroad, And again, I'm a big advocate of Prius back in the day. Back in the day when Prius came out. Back in the day. I'm talking about like back in the day. I didn't even know what it was when I sat on it for the first time. So a lot is changing within Toyota as well.
Yes. And, just when I say this, my thing is that even we are going to get EV cars, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, as from the government standpoint, the government has to look at it as the benefits of segment, ICE segment, EV segment, hybrid, evaluate. Now, today what we hear is, tomorrow now when they get up in the morning and say, oh my God, Rajaswa uthe na. Ab Rajaswa uthe na mane ta ab ke garne dayenge aan deo feri. Boy, na.
Oh.
So what happens to your back-end planning? So, see, Toyota is going to come up with all of that. But again, the Japanese make sure of the last pin they are going to put into the car has to have that durability, reliability, and quality. Whereas I think a lot of the other countries are more experimental. I mean, they are like more fearless and it's subsidized. Let's go ahead. And, so I think that is why we are slightly behind the race, but we are very okay. We are patiently waiting. And, but I would still say I hope we'll be able to deal with a mix of all three, because even terrain wise, there are certain places where, let's say Nepal, our cars or very heavy, big buses or big commercial vehicles and all can't go, right? And even if they did reach there, what about the infrastructure?
To support it.
Yeah, to support it. So let's not take jerky calls on everything, is my request to the government. And at the same time, let's make a long-term plan. Evaluate all platforms. Nothing is bad. Everything is very good. But let's look at Rajaswa, look at the roads, look at your income group people, look at everything and then make rules.
What worries you? Honest.
No, I think it's jerkiness in the policies. And that I'm talking about not just for myself, I'm talking about the whole industry. A lot of our friends are into this. And I feel bad. I feel what we had to go through a few years ago, they are maybe facing it already, or maybe they will, right? So we need a sustained, solid, well-planned, well-measured policy, which is good for everybody. See, I want to earn money for a sustenance, right? After that, it's all about how well we all are growing together. It's not about, I can't be only I, me, myself. Yeah. So it is about how this is, and especially from a government's standpoint, how is this whole society going to grow? Right? And so let's not make this, let's not create a wrong environment for wrong things to happen here. Let's make it measured where we know how we are going, why we are going, for how long we are going to go, with how much are we going to go, all of those answers.
When you look towards your left and when you look towards your right, you want your friends to be with you and grow with you. That's the approach, that mindset that I have. And I believe that's the same mindset that you have as well. Best wishes for Naima and the Auto Expo when happening in August, which is right around the corner.
It's right around the corner. So we are at it already. The work is all happening. It's going to be a great show. Please come and see. And I hope loads and loads of people come and see it. And I also hope that, as next time, in a few years, we will have a nicer venue to do it.
We're going to get... I don't want to say it's wholehearted 100%, but we're going to get BICC back, because that's one venue that I really love.
Yes.
And the Parliament's moving in a few years, hopefully. And then we're going to get that back. And then we're going to have a better venue as well.
Lovely.
What else do you feel that, somebody young who's watching right now should invest in? I want to understand your investment thought process. And then, we'll definitely jump into a few more things, a few more questions. A young person, is thinking about, let's say, let me do some kind of startup. What did you suggest?
So like I already told you, tech is one, right? Tech is one. But then, on an organic way, like, what a contrast which I felt when I came here was, and this was very long back, even 30 years ago. So, when I came here, what I thought was that even at that time, whether you went to Bangkok or you went to India, there were housewives also running small businesses in their houses. Whether they do a boutique or they do jewelry or they do handicrafts or they do, small website designing thing from their own house and all of that. So there are so many scopes in the society. I think you have to just identify the purpose. What I feel naturally in Nepal could be that handicrafts we could, to me, it's sad. I support, I am with microfinance. It was all women before. Now we've merged it with, it's called Win Nepal Microfinance. There, so many times I feel, we do the same. If we are doing a window, we will not, there are only few people who are doing a better job. If we are making lapsi candy, we only make lapsi candy. What else can we do in that thing? If we are doing achar, it is marketed in the most raw way, but it's not becoming institutional, right? So there are so many things, Sanjay. I don't know.
I know. तपाईले हाम्रो क्लिप एकदमै एन्जोय गर्नुभयो होला। अब पुरै भिडियो हेर्नको लागि चाहिँ युट्युबमा सब्स्क्राइब गर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। Vyas Media Network.